Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so I decided to show you guys some stuff. I feel sometimes it's worth the while to show you guys some stuff so you'll understand where I'm coming from. Alright? Tevin Farmer. Tevin Farmer, to me, though they don't have the similar style, they have different styles. Tevin Farmer, to me, gives me that acid taste in my mouth like Erislandy Lara does. A lot of people hype up Erislandy Lara. A lot of people talk about he's an avoided fighter. Well, they do the same thing with Tevin Farmer. The difference is that Erislandy Lara had an extensive amateur background and pedigree. Tevin Farmer doesn't. Alright? He doesn't have that at all. Which is, in and of itself, remarkable that he's attained, the level that he has attained in boxing. Being the IBF World Super Featherweight Champion, even with the limited amateur background. Kind of reminds me of Peter Quillen and all these other guys. Now, the thing about Tevin Farmer, however, is, I don't know why people do this, but they liken him onto Pernell Whitaker. They say he has a Whitaker-like style. I just don't see it, honestly. I don't. Tevin Farmer gets hit way too much. I think people just ignore that he's getting hit. He gets hit with the lead right like nobody's business, to the body and to the head. And by opponents that, his most recent fight, Tevin Farmer's most recent fight, which was against Francisco Fonseca. Fonseca kept on landing that lead right to Farmer's body. Yeah, Farmer was landing some shots, but most of the shots were being blocked by Fonseca, which is why Fonseca made it all the way to the 12th round. And Tevin Farmer is pretty sloppy with certain shots that he throws. The irony of the situation is that Fonseca didn't last the full distance against Gervontae Davis. And Gervontae Davis is a beast. He's sharp, he's quick, he's skilled, he's southpaw, he's explosive, he's intelligent. Yet, for some reason, Tevin Farmer has been rated so very highly. That's why both Tank and myself and many other people believe Tank would just murk Tevin Farmer. Because one, he gets hit too damn much. He's tough, Philly style fighter, but there's nothing really special in my opinion about him. He does make foxes miss certain punches, but they're not really special about him. He's there to be hit if you got the right timing and you're explosive like Gervontae Davis is. So while Tevin fought up with Francisco Fonseca, Gervontae Davis, he just murked that mother. He just murked him. And that's when he was undefeated. He murked him. Okay? Knocked his tail clear out while Tevin Farmer was fighting up with this dude. So I'm just saying, and the dude was landing punches on him. The other interesting thing I got to say is that Tevin Farmer won the vacant IBF Super Featherweight title from a guy named Billy Dibb, who was fighting with him. If you look at the resume of Tevin Farmer, he ain't got nobody special on his resume. Nobody of note. Nobody. Alright? He's fought a bunch of guys, and when he did fight somebody, which was Jose Pedraza stopped him, right? And I noticed that Tevin Farmer, I was watching another fight with Kamil Lasik, which is this guy here, Kamil Lasik. And he ties up numerous times. He would be tying up his opponent, the opponent trying to break free, and he just hanging on. You know what I mean? And Lasik beat his ass, but he did put up a fight as well. And the thing with Tevin Farmer is his defense is not that great. So you can actually land punches in on him. So he has to clinch up on you. So he ain't nothing special in my opinion. But I think a lot of people tout him very highly for reasons unknown to me. I'll give him this, that for a guy who doesn't have extensive amateur background, he's done very, very well for himself. But to put this guy up against Tank is just ludicrous. Tank got extensive amateur background. You watch a Tank fight, his defense is on point. Tank doesn't get hit like how Tevin Farmer does. Tevin Farmer has no power. Tevin Farmer also, in my personal opinion, doesn't have that sound defense that everybody's crediting him with. And then he doesn't have names on his list. You know, people criticize the Tank for facing Hugo Ruiz, and they give Tevin Farmer a pass for fighting Francisco Fonseca. You know what I mean? Think about this. Tank lost his title on the scales, right? So Tank beat Jose Pedraza, who was the man to beat in the division at the time. All right, very skilled fighter and so on. He beat him by stopping him, right? Goes on to regain. He loses the title against Francisco Fonseca because he didn't make weight. That's the title that Tevin Farmer picked up, okay? And then he goes on to face Jesus Marcelos Andres Cuellar. Cuellar was, you know, he was the man at a certain point at lightweight. Okay, he had the title, the WBA super featherweight title, and Gervontae came through and stopped him in 3 rounds. So he's a 2-time super featherweight champion, regained the title, and then after that proceeded now to face Hugo Ruiz. So he's faced 2 known names that Gervontae Davis has faced. Very good names. Jose Pedraza and Jesus Marcelo Andres Cuellar. Now, Tevin Farmer can't say none of that. You know what I'm saying? In fact, if you look at, okay, then he faces the undefeated Liam Walsh. He stops him, right? He goes to England to face him, and he stops his ass. All right? So you got to give Gervontae Davis all the credit in the world. But yet people are bad talking Gervontae Davis and praising Tevin Farmer. This is the ridiculousness in boxing I do not understand. I really don't. Okay? And I'm hearing guys like Lomachenko coming in and trying to bad talk Gervontae Davis. And here's the joke about the whole thing. He's trying to trash talk Gervontae Davis, who is 1 weight class below him. He should be concerned about lightweights. But you're going to pick on Gervontae Davis, who's a smaller guy than you, and trash talk his ass. Now, that to me is funny because Gervontae Davis never called out Lomachenko. Lomachenko is the one trying to call out Gervontae Davis, right? So that to me is funny. And then on top of that, what I find very humorous is the fact that Lomachenko has the gall to say that, you know, Gervontae Davis is all about the business and the business. I'm like, dude, you desperate for a call. You want to make a paycheck. I understand that, Lomachenko. But at the same time, you want to pick on the smaller guy. You want to go down and wait and pick the smaller guy. Fine. What happens when he kicks your ass? What are you going to say then? Because I'm just saying, Gervontae has the skills to beat Lomachenko. I have no doubt in my mind about that. Right? My question is, what are you willing to do, Lomachenko, since you are under Bob Arum? Once you're under Bob Arum, this is going to be very hard to make, you know, because Bob Arum is that kind of idiot. So what do? He lets his boxers punk other fighters, and then Lomachenko go on and fight who? Another top-ranked fighter. We know how it is. So I would wish that Lomachenko would, once you mention Gervontae Davis' name, do me a favor and just shut up. Don't talk about Gervontae. If the fight ain't going to happen, don't talk about it. Right? Leave him alone. Leave Floyd Mayweather alone. Because they ain't not mentioning you. You are mentioning them. When people ask them about you, they just smile and they don't say nothing about you. Right? Why? Because they know how difficult it would be to make a fight with you. Okay? So please stop it. And you clout chasing Mikey Garcia. Why are you putting Mikey's name in your mouth for? You know Bob Arum ain't gonna make that fight happen. So just leave Mikey out of it. You already got your resume. Mikey tried to make a fight with you. Over and over. Bob Arum, they wouldn't contact him. So Mikey ain't gonna sit around waiting on Lomachenko. Alright? They know what it is with Bob Arum and Top Rank. So stop it. Stop it. Stop being a punk. You want to have the fight? Then you may have to leave Bob Arum and Top Rank to get those fights. Manny Pacquiao did so. And he's getting the fights he wants now. So anyways, I mean, this dude ain't fought nobody to get my attention. Alright? Let's see. He gonna face his first undefeated fighter ever. Oh no, actually he faced one in Andre Luna in the 8-rounder. Alright? And he faced Emmanuel Gonzalez. That was in 2014. Let's see if there's any others. Yeah, he faced Camilo Perez. And Camille Lasik, who beat him. Josh Bowles, who beat him. All right, and he faced a couple undefeated fighters. So let me correct myself. But the point is, anyway, that Junior Carroll, he done trying to get into his head already, and he was ready to slap Junior Carroll and all of that. I mean, come on, man. If you say you are what you are, Junior Carroll ain't got nothing to lose. Junior Carroll, I watched him fight, and he's an inside fighter. He's gonna come to the inside of you, and he's gonna beat on your body. You're gonna get hit by Junior Carroll. We already know this. The question is, are you going to be able to show your class and be able to make it to the finish line with this dude? Because what I noticed is you put enough pressure on him, as much as they say he's a slickster and all of that, you put enough pressure on Tevin Farmer, and he breaks down. And it's been so for the longest while. So, I mean, Francisco Fonseca was having success with him. He didn't have great punch and power and stuff, but he was having some success with him. So if he could do that, then Junior Carroll probably could do it too. So that's why I said I'm not really. Y'all are hyped up on Tevin Farmer. Like, I don't understand people, man. Some people, I mean, I like his story. I like how he overcomes. He gets shot, he overcome that too. I like that. You know, he's a tough Philly fighter. But as to say that he's exceptional, something special, like really special. I've seen the Tevin Farmers of the world already. Ain't nothing special to me, right? I've seen Erislandy Lara's stick and move style. Ain't nothing special to me, you know. There's certain fighters that get hype a lot, and they just don't impress me, right? I remember I wasn't impressed with Leo Santa Cruz. Now I am, after watching him do his stick and move thing and use his jab. I was impressed with it. You know what I mean? So maybe Tevin Farmer will impress me in the future. But right now, I'm not impressed with the dude. I'm not impressed at all. I don't think he stands a chance against Gervontae Davis. Gervontae Davis, I don't care if he on a layoff for 100 months. Gervontae Davis would destroy him. All right? So I'm just saying, you know, I hear Tevin Farmer trying to talk that talk about experience and, you know, you haven't fought a real man. I'm like, dude, you ain't got no amateur background. You shouldn't be saying that. You should just be glad that your name is being mentioned with Gervontae Davis. You know what I mean? Because Gervontae Davis can do all kinds of things in that ring. You can't. You basic. All right? You still get hit all the time. So, I mean, I'm just saying. That's why I said some of y'all just disrespectful. You know what I mean? Y'all disrespectful now. Gervontae Davis versus Lomachenko, that's a better fight than Gervontae Davis versus Tevin Farmer, man. But hey, if you guys need to see it happen, fine. Hopefully, DAZN is not like Top Rank, and DAZN is trying to make that fight happen. So hopefully they can get that fight to happen. Tevin Farmer can get a paycheck, and Gervontae Davis can get another notch in his record, because that's just what will happen. All right, guys, have a good one.